I'll start where it hurts. The day I found it. A small tube tucked in the side pocket of her bag. Men's lubricant, not ours. Never ours, I froze, fingers pressed against the fabric like I was touching a live wire. My wife, my partner of 8 years, had never once brought anything like that into our home. Not for me, not for us. That tiny object said more than words ever could. She was cheating. I didn't scream. I didn't confront her. I just zipped the bag closed, placed it back where it was, and walked away, my face calm, my chest burning. That night, while she showered, I sat on the edge of the bed, replaying years of memories like reels of film. Her laugh at our wedding, her tired smile after our first miscarriage, the nights she held my hand when I was too broken to sleep. For a moment, I doubted myself. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe there was an explanation. But then I remembered the late work meetings, the sudden locked phone, the way she started sleeping on the far edge of the mattress. No, I wasn't wrong. That tube wasn't a mistake. It was a signature. And signatures are permanent. Revenge didn't come to me immediately. It never does. It simmers, like tea left on a low flame, growing darker, stronger, until it can no longer be ignored. For days I played the loyal husband. Kissed her cheek. Cooked dinner. Listened when she pretended to be tired. But behind the mask, I was sharpening knives. Not literal ones, but the kind that cut deeper. I started with information. Checked her texts while she slept. Her phone slack in her palm, like a guilty child's hand. And there he was. Kareem, a colleague, married, 2 kids. Their conversations weren't just physical. They were emotional. She told him things she no longer shared with me. That hurt more than the sex ever could. Still, I didn't confront her. I documented everything. Screenshots, copies, proof, stacked neatly in a folder only I knew about. Insurance. For later, then came that mocking silver tube, sitting in her bag like an open wound I couldn't ignore. One evening, while she showered, I moved, unscrewed the cap, emptied it in silence, replaced its contents with clear, unforgiving superglue, viscous, final. I sealed it back with surgical precision. No trace. I didn't rush. I waited. Days passed. She grew careless and confident in my blind devotion. I watched her pack that same bag before her work meetings, my hands steady, my heart ice. I imagined what would happen when she and Kareem finally used it. Skin against skin, laughter turning to horror. Too late to stop it. It wasn't just about pain. It was about exposure. The night came faster than I expected. Friday. She said she was going out with coworkers. Her tone, casual, rehearsed. I kissed her forehead. Smiled like a fool. Told her not to be late. An hour later, I followed. I didn't need to guess where. Kareem's apartment wasn't hard to find. I'd already tracked it, parked 2 streets away. Watched shadows move through the window. My phone buzzed. A text. Don't wait up. I almost laughed. Then, the show began. 20 minutes later, the yelling reached the street. A woman's scream. A man's roar of pain. I stepped closer, unseen. Through the half-open curtains, I saw it. Him clutching himself, her panicked, both trapped by their own lust turned disaster. Neighbors gathered. Someone called an ambulance. Red and blue lights flashed across the walls. Kareem stumbled out, pants half on, humiliation dripping like sweat. My wife followed, tears streaming, trying to explain the unexplainable. The paramedics knew. The police knew. Everyone there knew. They weren't just caught. They were ruined. But I wasn't done. The next morning, while she slept in the guest room, broken from shame, I printed the screenshots, bound them neatly in a manila envelope. Then I sent copies to Kareem's wife, to his HR department, and finally, to her parents. The fallout was nuclear. Kareem's wife filed for divorce. His company suspended him for misconduct. My wife's parents called me, voices heavy with disappointment, asking how she could betray the man who gave her everything. When she woke up, her bags were packed by the door. My silence was colder than any curse. She begged, cried, promised it meant nothing. But her tears weren't from me. They were for herself. I handed her the divorce papers, already prepared. Told her I wanted nothing but freedom. I didn't shout. I didn't insult. I just signed, placed the pen in her trembling hand, and walked away. Revenge isn't fire. It's ice. It doesn't burn fast and wild. It freezes slowly until the betrayer is trapped in a glass cage they built themselves. When people ask why I look so calm, I smile. They don't know the satisfaction of silence. They don't know the beauty of letting someone destroy themselves with the very tools they hid from you. She thought she was clever. She thought I was blind, but I saw everything. I waited. I chose my moment. Now she lives with scars deeper than mine. And me? I'm free. I lost a wife. But I gained something far greater. The reminder that betrayal only has power when you let it. That the best revenge isn't anger. It's control. And control is something I never lost. Not for a single moment.